Okay, I didn't get banned from his subreddit. It just, my post got taken down by the moderators. But you know, it's the same idea. Sorry for clickbaiting you guys. So I just want to clarify that I am a fan of Kurtis Connor. He's my mayor and he's one of my most watched YouTubers. I made a video criticizing Kurtis Connor before, and it's about like the whole tone deaf video thing. And if you haven't watched my last video about Kurtis Connor, to sum it up, it's just him like criticizing the tone deaf, like, I finna be in the pit.
I finna be in the pit. I finna be in the pit.
Like, it's a funny meme. I do think it's funny because it's stupid that she said that, but I don't think it's that deep. A rich person paid thousands of dollars to be in a pit and she didn't get those tickets. I will be mad too. But I feel like the reason why I critique Kurtis Connor more than other YouTubers I watch, like Danny and Drew, is because Danny usually just has like a lighthearted humor of like making fun of the influencers and online stuff.
What about this guy?
You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. You can't make this up.
He's stealing the same intro over and over from himself. Do we have to help him? The final boss of content thievery, Brent Joseph Rivera. I don't know if his middle name is Joseph. I just wanted it to sound like he was in trouble. Go straight to your room, young man. Go straight to your secret room that you built in your house.
He doesn't really critique someone's person and morality. Jokes about something being stupid and silly, but he doesn't say, oh, they're a bad person, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, Drew, on the other hand, is kind of the opposite. Like, he takes stuff like actually pretty seriously critiques like the wealth and the downsides of capitalism and greed.
Because nothing will ever be enough for them. They have is a disease. They have been scourged with the blight of insatiable greed, cursed to an endless pursuit of wealth that will never bring them true happiness. I would almost feel bad for them if they weren't actively destroying the world in the process.
You see what I mean? Like, he's not necessarily like making fun of someone for like being stupid, or like he is actually criticizing problems of our world. Whereas Kurtis Connor makes fun of and criticizes someone's morality.
Yo, is the exact price of everything really relevant in the story? Do you need to tell everybody that? I don't think you do.
$10,000.
Like, nobody fucking cares about how much money you spent, right? But like, come on, dude. Why are you posting this for everybody to see? You know what I mean? You could have just complained about this to your other rich friends and they would have given you the response that you wanted, you know? But you're just posting this on your public TikTok page. Why? Like, why though?
That's not like the whole point of the internet, to share things.
I don't want to use the word attack and hate. That's like what he do, specifically on a person's morality, which I feel like is interpreted differently by different people. That's why I'm making this video right now. That's why I have more critique towards Kurtis Connor compared to other YouTubers. Let's just get into the Reddit post I've been talking about. So this Reddit post is regarding his whole thing with like performative males and the video he made on it.
They're only dressing this way and behaving like this so they can attract progressive women, so they can then slide their willies and their hoo-haws. And you've seen these guys. These are the dudes reading feminist literature outside of cafes. They're writing poetry. And I, unfortunately, have been lumped into this group, mostly because I look a lot like these dudes. So sick of seeing this genre of man. What is this genre of man called?
Anyways, let me read the post. I can see why people think Kurtis is a performative male, which I don't agree with. I know I'm late to this. I am a fan of Kurtis and I don't think he's a performative male. But I think it's because his content is just very woke. And he said he's married, so he can't possibly be doing it to attract women. But I think it's more about the audience he attracts in his fan base. For example, I was watching his videos and he said something like, "Ladies, get your man..." Like any straight woman watches my content. Ladies, get your girlfriends too.
So, ladies, if you want to get your boyfriend to stop saying dumb shit all the time, make him start mewing, dude. It's, well, actually, what am I saying? Like any straight women are watching my videos. Ladies, if you want to get your girlfriend to stop saying a bunch of dumb shit, get him on the mew train.
Where his video about critiquing straight males, he made a video like making fun of straight couples. It's really old.
And all the time, I see just embarrassing, weird-ass shit that straight people do all the time, right? Today, we're gonna be looking at some content that can only be described as hetero, no, oh no.
Or a photo shoot of him in makeup. I think it looks great. I think it just comes off as queerbaiting or purposely trying to appeal to a woker audience, hence why people say his politics is surface level. I think what they're saying is he purposely says things he thinks people will agree with so they can see them as morally superior.
You're right, it's not abortion, it's called murder, and it's legal in 4 states.
Yeah, I know he doesn't think women have the right to do what they want with their bodies. I know that, but like, have you seen him do that thing on the skateboard?
I'd be best friends with a gay person. Do I support it? No.
Wow. Is he like trying to say the dumbest shit you possibly could? Because if that's what he's trying, he's succeeding. He's killing it.
His woke content just makes him come off that way. Even though I disagree, and it's obvious that he actually believes in these, it's just that performative males does the same things he does, except they don't actually believe in them while he does. And honestly, I generally don't know why this post was taken down. Not to glaze myself, but I think this is pretty well written, and you can get my point that I'm trying to make. I don't think someone can possibly mistaken this as hate, because as I read it, I think it's very obvious that this is supposed to be like I guess not even a criticism, but like a discussion about the whole performative male thing. And there is no explanation as to why it got taken down. It just says, sorry, this post was removed by Reddit monitors. Actually pisses me off that it got taken down. It makes me like angry at Kurtis. You're one of my favorite YouTubers. I'm low-key a little bit offended, you know? And I stand by what I said. He does do a lot of stuff in his content that makes it seem like he's targeting women and LGBTQ as his audience, such as implying that there's no straight women watching his content, like only lesbian women watches his content. Having a photo shoot of him in makeup, which I don't think is an LGBTQ thing, but like I said, mostly women and LGBTQ people engage in that. And his video critiquing straight couples. My point is that these things do come off as performative, but I disagree. Involving yourself with makeup or feminism, like that's not performative, because it's clear that he actually believes in these things. And I will say it is a little bit weird that he's clearly trying to target specifically women and LGBTQ people as his audience. And that circles back to what I said, that he's not necessarily performative as to attract women romantically and sexually because he has a wife.
The whole reason that performative males are doing this is so they can get with women. I'm married, you fucking idiots. I've been with my wife for like 10 years, dude. Leave me alone.
He's not trying to be performative to attract women to be his partner or whatever. He's performative in that he's trying to attract women and LGBT people at his content. Like I said, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but when you specifically target, like insinuating that only lesbians watch your content, like that is a little bit weird. But what is weird, in my opinion, is when he kissed his guy friend and he was like making a whole big joke out of it while he has a wife.
I'm married, you fucking idiots. I've been with my wife for like 10 years.
Like, I might be woker than him, but I do think it's weird when you kiss someone else that's not your wife, or I guess like a family member. Of course, I bet his wife is okay with it, I'm assuming, because I don't want to get into their relationship, you know. Dare I say it's queerbaiting? I bet some of you thought like, oh, he could be bi, like maybe he's bi. That's exactly why I think it's queerbaiting, because he said it multiple times that he's straight.
Fall into that category, dude. I'm a straight white guy.
It's like the same way that people say Harry Styles was queerbaiting, because Harry Styles is a straight man, but he like wears dresses, waving a pride flag. Like obviously it's okay to support LGBTQ, but when you bring it up so much, if it's a big part of your identity and your content, you're a straight man and you're actively seeking out lesbian and LGBTQ audiences. I hope I make it clear as to why I can see as queerbaiting, because people are gonna assume you're gay, especially after you kiss that man while you're having a wife. If you're a feminist, you're not performative. It is kind of performative when you make pro-LGBTQ and feminism like a big part of your identity. If you watch this channel, you know what I mean when I say like feminism, women's rights, and pro-LGBTQ is looped in like in almost every single video, and it's like a really big point in his videos. Like a homie that's like, yeah, I read feminist literature, 6'4" by the way. want to listen to Clara with me. It's like, you don't have to say you're feminist. Like, you know, when you say you're feminist, it kind of, like, you can just be feminist. Like, that's not even the point of his channel. He still brings that up a lot. Sorry if I over-explained it. I just didn't want anyone to get mad and think I'm, like, sexist or anything. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. And I just want to clear up myself. Like I said, this is just a little tiny criticism of Kurtis Connor. I'm still a big fan. I still think he's a good person after all. I'm not at all saying he's a bad person. Just like the Reddit post I made this video so I can open a whole discussion over this topic. And if you guys don't know me, I'm Chia Takis. I make very similar videos, like these rant videos. This is kind of a trend, but I make videos of people critiquing other people for certain things, and I'm critiquing that person. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like content like these, make sure to follow me. See you next time, hopefully. Bye.